Little Witch Nobeta is a game that's been in early access for well over 2 years now, at least on Steam, but finally it's got the green light to go gold, and not only on PC, but on PS4, and what we're looking at today, the Nintendo Switch. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button and that bell button. It will be the best thing you do today, I promise. And why not add a sprinkling of awesomeness and check out my new channel, A Bit More Jordan, for a lot more me. I saw a lot of people describing Little Witch Nobeta as the lolly version of Dark Souls, a soul lolicon as such, which is rather humorous, but for the sake of not being a parrot, this is just an action game, as they used to be called before Dark Souls came along. It's an action game with an adorable little witch. Yeah, it has its difficulties and some connections to that kind of series, but I ain't using that S word again in this review. Little Witch Nobeta seemed to be the perfect game idea for me, without even looking at it. If someone pitched the idea of a cute anime witch exploring a castle, using ranged magic in a third-person shooter style, and fighting with close quarter combat, bonking ghosts with a wand, I'd say, where do I put my money? So yeah, pretty excited to see this on consoles. You are the titular Nobeta as she enters a castle to claim the throne. It starts off rather mysteriously, but the story nicely unravels over the course of the game. She's accompanied by a black cat who acts as her guide, although the cat is a massive douche. And just ever so briefly, the story is a little bit bobbins. I kinda lost interest since there's only one real mystery going on, and you're on the road to discover who Nobeta really is. There are cutscenes, but for me, nothing really fascinated me with the dialogue or other distractions that came along the way. I would not play this for the story, although I wasn't expecting to either. It's just a vehicle for the game to move from area to area. Although there is voice acting from none other than HoloLive, which I think because I'm over the age of 30, I'm legally obliged to not understand what that is, but apparently it's cool, one for the ultra cool kids out there. The gameplay consists of third-person exploration of a castle, mixing combat with mild puzzle elements. Let's start with the combat because really it is the main part of the game. As a cute little witch, Nobeta is obviously badass. While she starts off the game without much in the way of powers, as you progress she gains more weapons in her arsenal, namely the different kinds of magic. Magic is shot from the third person. It's basically a third person shooter. You can lock onto targets if you want to or aim freely, which is what I did most of the time, but be warned, the absolute millisecond you get into the game, you hit that pause button and you delve straight into the options, because whoever planned the Switch version has probably never picked up a controller in their life, because for some wacky reason, the camera sensitivity is cranked up to mouse levels, which with an analog stick makes it feel like you've just downed a Red Bull via your eyeballs. Yeah, notch that down a mountain or two, please. Aside from that, the game controls really smoothly. All the button placements feel spot on, and you'll be blasting enemies with fire and ice easy as pie. The magic is a lot of fun. You have got to tell me there are other third-person witch shooters out there, because it is great. It all makes sense. You can fire a normal shot or you can charge up a casting spell to do something with a bit more bite. For example, if you charge up the ice magic, you can then lock onto multiple targets like your Star Fox and rain death upon them. Dodging enemies plays a big part in this too. You can do melee attacks, but after the early part of the game I neglected using them so much since they left me very vulnerable. But I assume on the higher difficulty you'll need to make the most out of it. Oh yeah, because it seems I accidentally played on the easier difficulty here. Yeah, I always try to make a point of playing on the standard difficulty, because to me, that's what the devs intended their games to be judged on. So obviously, I chose standard. But after I went back and read the description, apparently advanced mode is the normal mode, which hurts my brain from both a language and philosophical viewpoint, but it is what it is. On the higher difficulty, your magic meter is much more precious, but then perhaps less fun, because who doesn't love shotgun blasting enemies with fire or machine gunning them with ice? It's undeniable fun. Dodging at the right time gives you a boost to your meters, allowing you to keep on the offensive, and, of course, stops you from being squished to death, which is always a nice bonus. So yeah, there's lots of layers to the combat here. The level designs is okay too, not brilliant, but everything connects in a nice way. There's different areas within the castle, each with a unique mood to it. I especially enjoyed the pitch black areas where you only have a small light to help guide you. It was actually quite atmospheric, and I thought I was playing a proper horror game for a brief moment. Boss battles will present the biggest challenge to you, I am sure. You'll occasionally pop into other weird anime girls who beef up when they need to. I had to try a few times on most of them, even on the so-called easy difficulty. Overall, it plays really well. It is fun. It's not mind-blowing, but it's designed well enough, balanced, and if you enjoy action games of this kind, then you'll enjoy Little Witch Nobeta. As long as you don't expect the next Elden Ring, an indie take on that kind of thing is cute and welcoming. It's just a great option. And this game is available digitally. I'm not sure what the price will be on the Western eShops, but I'm guessing around $35. That's if the Japanese price is anything to go by. It's on the Japanese eShop right now, but I have no idea when it will release on Western eShops. Bit of a weird one. It is available physically too, but only in Japan and Asia. There is no Western physical release that's coming anytime soon, or one that's been announced anyways. But thankfully that Japanese and Asian version does have English, so you can easily import it so you have some actual tangible value that you can keep forever or sell on once you've had your fill. It also has some lovely box art to go with it. There's even a collector's edition available. If you want to pick it up, you can check the link below in the description and the pinned comment for both the Switch and PS4 version. If you do buy it with our links, you also support us ever so much, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart as always. Plus, in return for clicking our links, you can also get a very nice 5% off with our discount code STEAMBOK. However, that's probably going to expire within like 1 hour of this video going out, so if you're watching this afterwards, try SW5. That's SW5. That's not being confirmed, but it is what I'm going to ask for. Anyways, you should just subscribe and then watch my latest Let's Get Physical video every Monday to find out the latest discount codes. Hit that bell button too. You can say that perhaps visually and polish-wise, it may not live up to the price tag digitally, and I can see your argument. I'm not going to rebuke that. It is a bit pricey, but I unironically love the visuals here. They kind of look like a remastered PS2 game, kind of like how Dark Cloud 2 looks on the PS4 these days, and that's fine. Remastered PS2 game is literally all I need in my 31-year-old life. The pinnacle of gaming, fight me. I think it looks great. It runs well enough too on the Switch, not perfect. There are moments when the frame rate takes a bit of a tumble, but it's not completely prevalent. If you need absolute perfection in the frame rate, then perhaps take a look at the other version, but for me, on the Switch, it's fine. Not perfect, but fine enough. Nobeta herself has nice design, and the monsters are perfectly spoopy and fit the mood very well. It's the perfect cute, inoffensive Halloween game. I mean, maybe not for small kids, but you know, if you don't need some terrifying thing with blood and guts, then this is a nice game for the Halloween period. I saw a lot of comments online when the Steam release happened saying that the young girls are offensive and such, but all I'll say is, don't be scared of girls. Leave your basement. There are girls everywhere, even young ones. And once you see that and accept that there are children in the world, you'll realize they are no threat to you. Just watch a Studio Ghibli movie. Watch My Neighbor Totoro or Spirited Away. You'll be fine, I promise. You will come out the other side a better person. Overall, Little Witch Nobeta is a cute little game that provides a fun experience with a bit of challenge to keep you interested. I went in excited to play it, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting too much, but it actually exceeded those expectations. I had a damn good time with this game, and not only because I'm a kooky weirdo who prefers slightly janky games to big AAA monsters, well, okay, that is playing a big part in it, but even if I wasn't, Little Witch Nobeta is a good time. Not brilliant, but definitely one I was super happy to have played. A third-person witch shooter, exploring a castle, shooting monsters, dodging attacks from giant bosses. Come on, it's an 8 out of 10. Alright, thanks for watching. If you want to pick this up physically, check the links in the description. You can support us at the same time and get a discount with the code STEAMBOK or SW5, depending on when you're watching this. If you want to pick it up digitally in Japan, there's eShop credit below as well, or if you want to wait and see for the Western digital release, check SwitchWatch.net for some Western eShop credit there. Please go check out some of our other stuff. Digital bargains on Sunday, physical Switch releases on Monday, and you can also check out my other channel, A Bit More Jordan, for a lot more me. I'm currently working on a massive video retrospective of Skies of Arcadia. In the meantime, check out my Silent Hill retrospective that I did. Go watch it. See you